let's talk about G5. All in all, I am excited for this movie, and I hope it does well. But if it's bad,
I will make a review unleashing all of my bad rage.
So subscribe for that. She complains to Zip about leaving her hanging when their secret is discovered. I think more of her character will come out in the series when we get to see her interact more with these two. The animation was incredible, like ridiculous levels of detail. You can look at just about anything in this movie and see that they put a bunch of tiny little details in there that no one's even gonna pay attention to, and no one's gonna notice. I was concerned that the movie would be lacking in this department, but it went above and beyond what I was hoping for. Overall, good movie. It has its strengths, it has its problems, but it is an enjoyable film.
Ooh, a new teaser for Make Your Mark? Let's see what it looks like, shall we? Oh! No! Oh! No! Oh, no! Whoa! What? No! Why am I what the heck? Are they made of plastic? What is that effect? Ah! Hello and welcome all you slightly disturbed horses watching this. So there was a new teaser release for the upcoming My Little Pony series, Make Your Mark, and let's just say, I am not impressed. Why does everything look like it's made of plastic? Where are the detailed textures we saw in the movie? Why is this character so stiff? Why does this all look like it was pulled from a video game? A dragon egg? So, you know how there's been a lot of continuity errors in regards to the world building? From weather, to the day and night cycle, to Cutie Marks existing in a world without magic? Well, we can add dragon egg hatching to that list. In G4, it was made pretty clear that dragon eggs either needed to be hatched via a magic spell or extreme levels of heat. There's also the problem of how it even got to Maritime Bay. The Dragonlands are a good distance away. Did they just stumble upon the egg? If that's the case, it would have had to have been laid recently, because dragon eggs, if not hatched soon enough, never hatch. Those were the stakes in the episode Sweet and Smoky. If they didn't warm up the eggs in time, they would never hatch. I'm slowly getting more and more agitated with all the world building failures this new generation has. It's like the amount of research they did on G4 consisted of 2 episodes and a Google search. Now that we have a pretty good idea of what we can expect from this special, as well as the upcoming series, I, oddly enough, find myself both less concerned and less excited. While I have less concerns, I also have much lower expectations for the quality of the overall series. If I had to guess how the series will turn out as a whole at this point, I would say overall it's just going to be very okay. But I've been wrong before. Only time will tell. Now keep in mind, this isn't even anywhere near the full list. Why has no pony noticed the loss of magic? Ponies fight every day, so shouldn't magic be disappearing constantly? Why did a small fight suddenly cause it to storm? Shouldn't it be storming constantly if that's all it takes? Where the heck is Sprout? He should be standing right alongside Posey in this story, who, by the way, was insultingly underutilized. How did Queen Haven convince her subjects that she was still worthy of being their ruler? Are they really that dumb? Earth Pony magic was implied to have already existed in multiple forms in G4, including Cutie Marks, which allow for special talents such as talking to animals, so to say that Earth Ponies are only just now experiencing magic would be inaccurate. They always had magic, just a very small amount. Izzy fixes Sunny's lantern for her, but it looks like she used none of the same parts, so Sunny shouldn't even be able to recognize it. It doesn't even function the same way it did before. It needed the Earth Pony crystal to work. The random appearance of Earth Pony magic is stupid, seeing as how a few ponies suddenly being a little nicer to each other has somehow caused a new form of magic to appear, which, by the way, creating a new magic meets the qualification to become a Nalicorn according to Celestia, so I guess Zip deserves that magic horn more than Sunny does. The crystals, forcing ponies to get along, is horribly contrived, making it so that literally no pony can ever have an argument again, or else Pegasi will begin to drop out of the sky. And because I know people will say Wendigos were the same way, no they weren't. The difference here is scale. Wendigos will only appear if thousands of ponies are fighting and hating each other, allowing for ponies to still hate one another, so long as it is not on a massive scale. The crystals don't even allow a little bit of shouting. I have been constantly saying that there are a ton of plot holes and questions that need to be answered, and originally, I was going to give them a few episodes to explain problems like the weather, the day and night cycle, Cutie Marks, etc. But it's become clear to me from this special that they do not plan on answering any of those questions. They are instead just going to keep creating more and more plot holes. Not even just in regards to G4, but just plot holes that are purely contained within G5. And even if they did try to answer all the questions we have, I honestly do not trust them enough to give us a satisfying answer. And likely, what would happen is that they would give us an answer that is not only narratively unsatisfying, but their answer would just create another plot hole.
Release of Make Your Mark, many people in the fandom, even those who once defended G5, are now turning their backs on it. Not just for failing on its own narrative, but for its destruction of the legacy Friendship is Magic made. All for the sake of squeezing a little more money out of the fandom. But Are we calling things too early? Is it possible that the movie and the first episode are just a fluke, and G5 will actually have something planned that the entire fandom can get behind? Today we are taking a deep dive, and I mean deep, into not just the G5 Film and Make Your Mark special, but we are going to be looking at the comics, creator interviews, and established plans for the future of the show, all in search of the answer to one massive, lingering question: is there any hope for MLP G5, or is it simply doomed to fail? And G5 is chock full of continuity errors. Whether we are talking about unicorns not needing to study to use magic, the day and night cycle operating on their own, or just about a million things on how cutie marks work, the list goes on much further. But given that there are this many in a single movie and a 45-minute special alone, and they haven't done anything to address even one of these inconsistencies, I am willing to bet they don't plan on addressing them at all. You would think that maybe, just maybe, these would be pretty important things to plan out when writing the movie, especially because when they show the stained glass window, constantly reference G4, and tell us that the Unity crystals had something to do with the division, they would be suggesting they have a plan. Nope, he is literally saying that they are not going to come up with an explanation, but instead hope that the people working on the series can come up with something cohesive. This is way too big a point to just leave unanswered. If they really wanted to start anew and disconnect themselves from G4, then why the heck do they constantly reference it? I mean, have you seen Sunny's room? There is stuff from G4 all over the place. But not only do you have to have seen G4, if you want to fully understand the rest of Make Your Mark, you will have to look to other forms of media to know what all is going on. You want to know how the main five ended up living together in Maritime Bay? Or have a better understanding of Sunny's Alicorn magic? Well, you gotta go to YouTube to watch Tell Your Tale. Want to know what happened to Sprout? Better buy a $40 video game to get that story. Wondering how Equestria fell? Go read the comics just to learn that 5 minutes after the series ended, everything went to Tartarus. Curious as to who these ancient heroes were and what life used to be like in ancient Equestria? Well, you're gonna have to go watch an entirely separate series that you may not even enjoy, all just to understand this one. After all, they still can't seem to fix Jazz's disappearing ears. Why is this so hard? Why the ears? Why this character? I know it's a nitpick, but it bothers me so much that they can't just fix the darn ears. How hard is that? But last second, he has a very sudden change of heart for some reason, which somehow out of the blue causes Zordon to appear before them out of a hologram, which somehow out of the blue causes Twilight Sparkle to just appear before them in a hologram. And this is by far the worst part of the entire series, if you ask me. Twilight says that if they are seeing this, Earth Pony magic has been activated for the first time, which, no, it's been around a while now, Twilight. You're a bit late to the party. Still no explanation as to why it wasn't activated when the crystals came together in the first place. But you know what, Corn? And she is being the most blatantly evil character here while talking with Sunny, by the way. Somehow, Sunny is such a complete gullible idiot that she buys all of this and doesn't realize that this obviously evil character is claiming to be her inner thoughts, despite the fact that she's saying the complete opposite of everything Sunny has been saying the entire episode. Opaline, for some reason, wants Sunny to be an Alicorn at all times, and so she tells Sunny that if she's an Alicorn, all of her deepest desires will come true. Episode 5. This episode is basically a worse version of when Celestia and Luna swapped cutie marks, because in this episode, Hitch and Sunny swap cutie marks, and therefore switch both jobs and personalities for the day. Why does this happen? Well, it's because Sparky's magic is a do-anything button. He just sneezes and casually does what it took a highly skilled, highly trained unicorn like Starlight to do without even trying. Also, Opaline sends a magical ghost mouse into the Bright House to spy on Sunny because for some reason the crystals block the mirror's magic. I don't know why they don't also block the mouse's magic, but fine. Whatever. The characters are better, but I can't say it's good. It has a lot of problems. Characters, while they may be better, aren't really good. Again, okay at best. Sunny definitely needs character beyond being the happy one of the group. Like, even Izzy has more emotional range than she does. If they don't up their game pretty soon, I'm pretty sure the series is gonna be a flop. And wouldn't you know it, wishful thinking brings them to the gates of Zephyr Heights because magic happened. This stupid lantern has to be the absolute worst Deus Ex Machina device I have ever seen. Every time they have some sort of problem, their troubles are solved because magic just sort of happened. Still better than what we got here, which was just, let's think happy thoughts and hope we don't die. And it actually worked. We then cut to the rest of the main five in the concert hall where they all spot some gifts, and then just immediately assume they're for them and dig in. The selfish jerks. But the gifts are actually just props, and the characters didn't realize this themselves because they are a bunch of idiots. It's like they took the most generic generic things you could find during Christmas time and just shoved them all into a song and called it the history of the holiday. Hate to break it to you, but that's not history. So now that the characters have this problem, how do you think they're gonna solve it? Perhaps Detective Zip is gonna find it. Maybe they're gonna retrace their steps. Anything like that? Any resourcefulness? No, of course not! Because we have Deus Ex Lantern! How does it work this time? Izzy literally makes a wish. That's it! She wishes that they can be home in time, and the lantern brings the Mare stream back to them. Why are so many of their problems solved by saying, I want a thing to happen, and then magic just kinda does whatever the plot demands? And you know what? I think this is a good way to leave off the episode. No more over-the-top magic doing whatever the plot demands, no crystals doing something random for no apparent reason, just a nice, simple message with these characters all being friends. I have no words. You will find no sugarcoating here. I eat my donuts as just plain bread. And Sprout actually points out that he still owns the factory, to which Izzy asks, is that true? And Sunny says, no way, it belongs to all of us now. And ends off with a bunch of laughter. No! The building does not belong to you! Sunny is literally stealing! Throwing out the Cloverleaf's property and vandalizing the factory! All the while, Hitch is standing right there and is okay with all of this? No! This is stupid! Whatever happened to the law is the law, Sunny, and I'm here to uphold it? I want Movie Hitch back. He had reason. He had integrity.
Blair Crooks.
I can't believe they actually had these ponies steal the building, then justified it with, no way, it belongs to us. I cannot stress enough how stupid this is. Yeah! Also, this is where I just have to ask once again, what the heck are cutie marks in this world, and how do they work? Cutie marks really are just a do anything button, as if we don't already have enough of those. Also, Opaline says that this plan has a high chance of wiping out all pony magic in Equestria forever, but it's not her problem. This is stupid! Of course it's her problem! Her entire plan is to steal all magic in Equestria! She just said that she wants to steal cutie marks! She can't do that if it's all destroyed! Stupid! 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 Ah! Now that we have seen Misty's arc in full and had our epic battle with Opaline, was it all worth it? No! Of course not! This was not at all worth it! Do you have any idea how much crap we had to go through to get to this point? Pony earns their cutie mark when the, and I quote, magic of their personality and luminescence shine. Okay, so it's not tied to special talent or destiny at all anymore? Sure, why not throw out more of the world building from G4? Hitch got his cutie mark from, get this, being kind. What? You thought this whole time that sheriff badge represented his destiny of being a sheriff and that his special talent was upholding law and order? Nope. Somehow that badge represents kindness. Tells them, and hold on to your seats because this is gonna shock you, that Opaline is not defeated. And they are all shocked by this. And when I first heard this, I genuinely laughed. Because how the heck did they not know that? Opaline's last words to them were, you can't keep me here forever. And Sunny agreed with her on that, saying, no, but I can keep you away from my friends. These characters are so hilariously dumb that this scene actually made me laugh because it was just that bad. This way, they weren't completely undermining everything Twilight built. But nope! Turns out Equestria has only been divided for such a short amount of time that this character, named Elderflower, actually remembers Equestria before it was divided. It also turns out that her great-great-great-aunt, which is not that many generations, was Moondancer. So yeah, peace barely lasted any time at all. Way to undermine literally everything the series has spent 9 seasons building up to. And while I did find some good elements to this chapter, I have noticed more than a few problems with it that cause me to question my life choices. Why do I keep reviewing this show? Why do I allow it to keep haunting me? Is it even worth it anymore? Well, I've come this far, so I might as well finish it. Right? Right? Dragon Lord, who they wake up from hibernation.
Dragon Lord Spike!
What? What happened to Ember? Why isn't she the Dragon Lord? She was already a fire alicorn. Yet, we are told here that she wasn't a fire alicorn until she attacked Equestria.
I was an alicorn of fire, of power.
I just gotta sit here reminding myself that it's almost over. It's almost over. It's almost over. Wait, what's that? Twilight's plan got dumber? How? And it turns out that putting them into a death-like sleep for hundreds of years was her idea of protecting them. There was no reason to do that. I can't even with this show. Also, why the heck did the dragons leave the Dragonstone in a place that just screamed, I'm a magical artifact, come take me? Instead of, oh, I don't know, burying it deep underground somewhere Opaline can't find it. Why do none of the characters in this series make any sense? Due to the portal being left open, Allura, of course, finds it, and she uses it to enter Maritime Bay, setting us up for the next chapter with a new villain. Wait, the next chapter? Does this mean... No, it can't be! The series is not over! This is not the end! We will get G5 episodes for years to come! I can't make it! I can't keep sitting through this nonsensical show! No!